Yo, what up, duh? Wait, that was stupid. I'm too cool for coal. This is the Esports Vikings Christmas calendar episode 100,000,000 Champions Cup Malta CSGO tournament preview. That's what's up. My name is Teemo. There's a person to my left.
Hi, my name is Janne. Actually, I'm too cool for this show, but I'm being a nice guy, so hey, let's go.
Let's go.
What does it even
Hey-o.
mean? I'm too cool for coal.
I think it's like environmental thing. I just bought it because it has Christmas Santa guy.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like I'm too cool for coal because I'm not using coal because I'm actually like environmentally stable person, stuff kind of thing.
Are you?
Well, this year I've had over
Okay.
30 flights, so
I think we have more important matters to discuss. So, hey.
An important matter we're going to discuss is actually on a note here on my cell phone. Here, see, Word document. Champions Cup Malta, Counter-Strike is the name of the game, happening here in our backyard.
Yeah, not bad. Nice to get a big tournament to Malta, for sure.
Yeah, especially because you're going to be in Sweden and I'm going to be in Finland, so
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to...
It's obviously
compete.
perfect timing, you know.
Yeah.
We usually travel to Finland to watch these kind of things, and now when it comes to Malta, we'll be over there instead. So,
Yeah.
hey, it's good. We have internet, right? So we can
Yeah.
still watch it.
So we have 8 teams, $300,000, and
bad.
good 4 days of Counter-Strike.
For sure. And I also think it's worth mentioning that, like we have talked about before, December has been a really stacked month in the CSGO world.
Yeah.
And this is the one that will conclude the year. So after this one, there's no backsies. The rankings are what they are, and the year will be done.
Yeah. So just to go over the format quickly, we have a group stage that's going to be played on 19th and 20th. We have 2 double elimination format groups. Each group has 4 teams. Initial matches are best of 1s. All following matches are best of 3s. 2 top teams from each group advance to the playoffs. And the playoffs are played on December 21st to 22nd. We have a single elimination bracket. All matches are best of 3.
All right.
Including the
So
final.
it's very, very classic format.
Very
really.
classic, but now
Yeah.
we just put it out there for those who are interested about it.
Definitely.
And if someone is interested about the prize pool distribution, I'm going to tell you to do that right now. The first team who's going to win the thing gets 150k, second 50, third 30, fourth 20, fifth and sixth get 15, and seventh and eighth get a 10k per team.
So if you get last, you get 10k. Can
Well-
we participate? That would be kind of nice, you know?
Well, you're in Sweden, I'm in Finland, so no.
Too bad.
But let's talk about the teams that Champions Cup Malta has invited / teams who made it to the qualifiers to the event that's happening here in sunny Malta.
What should we start with?
Should we start from top?
Top
or
to bottom, or
Let's go bottom to top.
qualified, invited?
Let's go bottom to top.
All right.
So in the very bottom, we have a Russian team Spirit. With
How is this the bottom though? Like for what reason actually? Is this our opinion or is it something else?
No, it's just bottom on my list.
Okay, fair enough. I was thinking maybe I don't know if there's any logic to it. Or...
Okay, let's go bottom HLTV ranking.
Okay.
So we start with Heart Legion Esports.
Who are they?
From Russia. Heart Legion Esports is the name of the organization.
Well, I'm sorry, I've never heard of them.
They are Speeduck, Kingy, Krad, Forrester, Sviet. HLTV ranking 42.
Forrester is a pretty funny name
Forrester.
actually.
It's almost like
He's
Forrest.
like the evolution of Forrest, you know? Or the Forest is the forest and he's the Forester. So imagine if they play NIP, boom, win. Easy. He's the Forester. But NIP is not in the tournament, so they'll probably end last. But
So Heart Legion Esports is ranked 42 in the world in HLTV ranking.
okay, not too shabby.
And the fact that you are the one who follows probably more Counter-Strike than anyone else I know, and you don't know this team, just tells everything about it. So moving on to the HLTV ranking,
Okay.
well, 39th, we have a Spanish squad called Movistar Raiders. Their roster is Mopos.
Riders. Not Raiders, Riders.
Riders. So
It's important to
their
note.
lineup consists from the following players: Mopos, Alex, E-Star, Lowell, and Steel. And the Steel is actually the Brazilian Steel who played in Luminosity, Liquid, and Immortals.
Yeah. I mean, I think this team, they were in one of the Blast tournaments.
Yeah.
And they were not too bad. Like, there's some future there. And Lowell is obviously, I suppose, the star of the team. He's the biggest name. He's like played in some pretty good teams. And, well, who knows? I was kind of at least impressed with them in the Blast tournament. Of course, they haven't done much else, but, well, let's see what they can do. They qualified to the tournament, so fair.
Then, on the sixth position, we have a Russian Team Spirit with the HLTV rank of 29.
Yeah.
And the lineup consists from Samdai Young, Chopper, Idis Balance, Magix, and Certus.
Yeah, I think this team, not exactly this lineup, but Team Spirit has gone through a little bit like of everything, I think. But they have been pretty good at times, you know. They've been on their way up, but they don't seem to find something is missing. That's for sure.
If you remember summer 2018, Ence and Team Spirit were actually rivals at the time when Ence won in Russia.
Exactly.
So Ence kind of progressed, Team Spirit didn't.
Yeah, I think both Samdai Young and Chopper is players that I thought might take the next step, but
they still can.
They still can, sure. We'll see what they can do here. I haven't seen them for a while personally, so.
15 in the tournament, BIG from Germany with the HLTV rank of 26, and their lineup now is Tabsin next, Tizian Smooya, and Santaris.
You like Smooya? He seems to be a special guy.
A bit, like, I have no particular feelings towards or against him, but I just remember a year ago there was the first CSGO event in Malta, and Big was actually there with VP and everybody. Sure. And James Banks, the talent, he was in the backstage. He was yelling "Smooya," and I remember that. So
I think I will remember that forever too.
Okay. So how do you think Big will do?
Well, I mean, let's put it like this: the fact that their HLTV rank is 26 is not a good thing. This team is obviously, they had some good results, you know, every now and then, but obviously something is missing. Like, I think it's pretty sad because I've seen Tabson play like an absolute monster. I've seen Nex Nex was one of my favorite players a few years back. I thought he was going to be great. And Santaris as well. And, well, Smooya too. They all had very high peaks. So I don't really see why this team is struggling this hard. I think we'll see this team do well eventually. You know, they're not going to be a top 1 team in the world, but I think they should definitely be able to make it close to top 10. There's a lot of talent in the team. I like most of the players, so hey, I don't know. Hopes are probably not too big for this tournament, but there's something there. For sure, I think so.
Well, then we have the rank 4 team of the tournament. From China, HLTV rank 20, we have TyLoo with the lineup. Somebody.
Okay. Yeah, keep on singing.
Then
because my laptop wanted to sign me out from my document here. So
why?
Sing.
So we have Somebody.
Okay, I don't need it.
Bentet.
Obviously, I know all of this without
Summer,
notes. We can do this.
Attacker, and Freeman.
Yeah, I think TyLoo is a super interesting team. Honestly, the Asian Counter-Strike scene has to rise eventually. And I think now might be the time. And I feel like I've been saying this for 10 years already, but I think last time around we saw TyLoo, they did really well. And if they can keep on building on that, keep the same roster, honestly, I really hope, and this is something I was going to have in one of our, you know, what we are looking forward to in 2020. I really want to see TyLoo do well, and the Asian scene to actually have some real success.
Yeah.
So, this might be a stretch, but TyLoo will win this tournament. You heard it here first.
Okay, so from the delusional old man speaking, we go to the rank 3 on our tournament rankings.
Well, this ranking is obviously wrong, so, you know.
They're based on HLTV ranks.
Exactly.
Okay. We have the French, Serbian, Bosnian team G2 with the HLTV rank of 15.
Yep.
And the players, Kenny S, Jax, Amanek, Nexa, and Hunter.
Okay, so we are talking about the most inconsistent team in the world.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's the case. I think after these roster changes, they have performed really high and really low. So I don't think anybody with, an honest face can say they know where this team stands. And also, I was making a ranking list for the whole of next year in CSGO. And I had no idea if I should put G2 as number 5 or like number 20. I had no idea.
That's actually a pretty fair.
It's impossible for me, and I think their chances should be good in this tournament, but they can also just bomb out in the first round or whatever.
So the second team, we travel to Brazil, where we find the best Brazilian Counter-Strike team at the moment.
First statement.
They're called Furia. Their HLTV rank is 13. And at the moment, their roster is Yuri, Vini, Art, Xerato, and Henny.
I think this team has done well, like really well this year. And we both have been impressed by them, I know that. So still a little bit up and down, for sure. But I would say on paper, they are the favorite in this tournament, for me. I believe in my TyLoo boys, but, realistically, if I was making the odds, then, Furia are my favorite.
Do you remember when I said that, in my opinion, Furia has the ability in the long run to become...
I do remember.
And you were against it?
Well, you were talking about top 5. Like, first it was top 10. I was like, yeah, I agree. Then it was top 5. That's stretching it. Top 3 is... no. But, I mean, honestly, this team has really impressed me since then, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them entering top 5 next year. I wouldn't be surprised. That doesn't mean, like I talked about my ranking list, they are not in top 5 there, but I wouldn't be super surprised if they did. So, yeah.
And then...
they are coming to Malta to win. Boom.
And then, on the last number 1 spot in the tournament, we have the Finnish Ence with their HLTV rank of number 10 at the moment, with Allu, Sunny, X7, Sergey, and Ariel.
Okay, I mean, they are the highest ranked team. I don't feel like they are that good right now, even though they stepped up lately from the absolute bottomless pit they seem to have entered,
Yeah.
So, sure, I mean, again, we say this every time. We wish them the best. We want them to come back to the top of the CS world. But personally, I don't think they will. And spoiler, they are not in my top 10 for next year.
Ence is now starting to pick up pieces, crumbles from the ground. Starting to somewhat show up on server. Getting to build that confidence again.
What was the last tournament? Was it IEM Beijing or was it something else?
I think it was Beijing, yeah.
Yeah, because they did play way better there. Yeah. For sure. I'll give them that.
Now they've had few months. The media has a bit like settled. The dust has settled, kind of thing.
Sure.
Now they can. I think they're back to concentrating on what's important. Playing the game, enjoying the game. Getting those tactics, small strategical aspects together.
Fair.
In my opinion, Ence is the team to watch in Championship Cup Malta. Not because it's the highest ranked team, but because they are the team that has most to lose. If they do not show up in an event what's lacking the top teams, they have to dominate. Yeah. I expect them to do that.
I mean, this is a type of tournament.
But if they don't...
No, but like it is 1 point here. If this was half a year ago, we would expect them to win, for sure. There wouldn't even be a discussion who the favorite is.
No.
They would come in and it's like, okay, of course they should win this tournament. That's not the reality we are in now. But with the improvements we have seen, maybe if they can win this, get it together, get a break again, refocus for the next year, maybe they can be back on top. But I'm doubtful.
Ence is going to win Championship Cup Malta, and they're going to lose 2 maps in total.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
No, that's the thing. It's not like if somebody told me, like you, that Ence are their favorite to win, that's fine. Like, I understand completely. And they should be. In this field of teams, they should be the favorites. But for me, it's too much up and down. And
I have my doubts,
we'll see.
but that's what I expect of them. Because anything else, well, okay, they can lose more than 3 maps. That's the thing. But they have to be good. And I am really hoping they do, and I trust them.
The thing for me is this. Now we kept on talking about Ence for a little bit much here. But
It doesn't matter.
I think the biggest issue as I see it is their map pool still. I think they are flat out, at least what we have seen this far, they are terrible on a few maps. Like, that's the honest truth. Of course they can work on it. Of course they can improve that. But they have to do it quick.
Yeah.
Because, for an example, we saw last time around, they played Inferno. I think it was one of the weaker maps. Everybody kept on just beating, like, pick Inferno. And they had no chance. Like, you don't win, especially, you know, tournaments that way. You can't have maps that are that weak. And also, of course, if they stop banning that map, they have another one that's been in the perm ban. That's probably not very good either. So they have a big issue, and we'll see what happens. But we have seen signs. So, hey, in best of cases, maybe they win this one, and next year, who knows? We'll see.
From 19th to 22nd of December, Champions Cup Malta in Counter-Strike is happening. Make sure you tune in for that. If you come to Malta, you can actually send us messages in Twitter, in YouTube, as tips to where to go, for eating, accommodation, what is the best taxi app, all this kind of stuff, and we'll promise we'll help you out because we know shit that you don't.
That's true. And then if you need tips where to go for finding the best beer, hey, hit me up.
Yeah, because he's an alcoholic.
Calm down now. Anyway, anything Malta, we got it. Don't worry about it.
See you tomorrow. We'll be back.
Ya.
Subscribe, like, do those things. Ciao.